Okay, so about a month ago, I made a video, what are the best permanent fruits to get in Blox fruits. I'm going to be doing that video again, but better this time. There are a few things that now when I go back, I want to change. So let's get started. As I said last time, Kilo, Spin, Chop, Spring, these cheap fruits, it doesn't really matter whether you get them or not. I'm not really going to rank these fruits. I'm not really going to give an opinion on these fruits because it doesn't really matter. Until you come to around Flame Fruit. Permanent Flame is pretty cheap. It's $5.50. It's not a bad fruit. I would say this is probably the first fruit that's even worth getting, because these fruits are just useless. Actually, I wouldn't say Bomb's useless. Bomb is actually pretty good, surprisingly. But Flame, I got a really good deal for Flame. I didn't actually buy it. Falcon, I would not go for Permanent Falcon. And Ice is a very good permanent to get. It is one of the most popular permanent fruits, and one of the most worth ones to get. And then we come to Sand. I use this fruit. This was the first fruit I ever used. I used it for a long time, and now when I look at it, it wasn't even a good fruit at all. So I would not get that. Neither Permanent Dark or Revive. None of these fruits are that good. Or Diamond. Light's super good to get. Light's a very loved fruit because of traveling, of course, and it's actually pretty good. Rubber, it's actually not the worst, but 1200, nah. Same with Barrier. These are all very expensive, of course. Magma. Before, when I made this video, I said that Permanent Magma I would personally get it, but it's a bit too much. But this time I'm saying Permanent Magma is one of the best permanents you can get. I used Magma, I awakened all its abilities, and it was such a damaging fruit. It was such a good fruit. Like, this is such a good fruit, I'm not even kidding. I would definitely go for Permanent Magma, if you can afford it. Permanent Quake, I've actually never used the Quake fruit, but what I've been told is it's not a good fruit to get. We go to Permanent Buddha. Permanent Buddha, everyone knows, is the best permanent fruit to get. Very easy to grind. No skill required fruit. So Permanent Buddha is definitely the best permanent fruit to get. Permanent Love. Last time I said no to Permanent Love. I used the fruit, and it's actually pretty good. Its last ability, you get an NPC friend, and with sword. What is it? Combat? I don't know. It's a sword of combat and it attacks you, but it gives you sword mastery. And it's so powerful. Like, against bosses, it actually deals a lot of damage before it dies against the boss. It's NPC. And you have a flying ability that doesn't go away unless you take it away, so it's actually a pretty good permanent to get. And Spider. Permanent Spider is more on the no side. But it is better than some permanents. Some permanents are just so not worth getting, but I would not go for Permanent Spider. Same applies to Permanent Phoenix. I just wouldn't go for it. It's not worth it. Now, Permanent Portal. After Permanent Buddha, this is probably the second highest in demand. I see so many people trying to get Permanent Portal, but of course it's 2,000 Robux. That's a very costly fruit. So, yeah, after Permanent Buddha, this should be the next fruit, if you can afford it, of course. Last time I said Dragon or Doe, but this time I'm saying Portal. Portal's next. And Dragon and Doe are not even third. After Portal, you should probably go for like Ice. And then you have Rumble. Surprisingly, quite a few people are trying to get Permanent Rumble as well, and there's actually quite a few owners of Permanent Rumble as well. I used Rumble, and I did like the fruit, so it's not a bad one to get. Paw, as I said before, did not get Permanent Paw. Permanent Blizzard, it's an okay fruit, but to get the Permanent Blizzard just doesn't feel worth it to me. Permanent Gravity, definitely not. Gravity is a pathetic fruit. Doe, Permanent Doe. Now, Permanent Doe is a good one to get, but not, like I said last time, it is not the second one to get, but it's still a really nice permanent to get. It's a very strong fruit, very loved fruit, but there are other permanents that are better to get than this. But this is still a very good one to get. Permanent Shadow, not as worth it, but still alright to get. Same with Venom. And we have permanent control, just like last time. Venom, control, and shadow all feel around the same width. Even spirit. Actually, spirit. I wouldn't actually get permanent spirit. Spirit's not a nice fruit, even though it's the third most expensive fruit in the game. It's actually like, I just don't like the fruit. And we have dragon fruit. Dragon fruit. Right now, I'm using the dragon fruit, and yeah, it requires a lot of patience because it's actually not a really good fruit unless you get transformation, and you need level 350. So that takes a long time to do. But once you've hit 350, it's actually a pretty nice fruit. But before you're on level 350, it's a frustrating fruit. But if you're patient, go for it. If you're impatient, I wouldn't get it. Now, permanent leopard. Leopard was in stock for 5 million. I snatched it. It was so fun that I put it to mastery 400. It is such a fun fruit. It is the best fruit I've used, like literally. It's just so good. And I would definitely get the permanent if I could afford it. But obviously I can't. It's 3,000 Robux. So those are all the permanent fruits. Like this video and please subscribe.